So this is the next video, and this video is looking at how efficiently we're able to bring back our debts. So for example, if you think about it, what we're doing is we're saying that we sell on credit, and then we have this current asset of trade receivables. Now ultimately, when we sell, we would like to get all our money straight away. And this is a percentage. If I ignore the 365, if I sell on credit, whatever I'm still owed at the end of the year is a percentage of what I've sold, of course. And so, if you like, that gives us a strong indication of how much you're still owed at the end of the year. And of course, the smaller the number, the better, the happier you are, because it means you have your money. So this is called trade receivable days. So like all things, if you sell 100,000 pounds worth of goods on credit, which means that you receive the money during the year from your customers, and over the year you receive 90,000 in cash, which means you're still owed 10,000. So you would argue that you're owed 10% of what you sold. But again, like I said, this idea of a 10% isn't we don't like it. We like to speak of it in days. So we, instead of using the base of 100, which is what percentages are, we use the base of days. So we multiply this by 365, and you get 36.5 days. So what we're saying, on average, it takes you 36.5 days to get your money. And I guess this is quite important, because if you're paying money to your trade payables, which we'll discuss that in a second, you won't be able to get your money in time, to pay them. Because if you're buying goods on credit, you want to make sure you receive your money first before you start paying off anyone. And so this is the general idea, this general principle with trade receivable days. Let's do trade payables in this video as well. So in trade payables sort of says that, trade payables says, let's do exactly the same thing, but this time let's look at purchases. So in exactly the same idea, this is the amount of people you owe during the period. You bought all this on credit. Let's see how long it's taking you to pay off the people you owe in the short term, your trade payables. So what do we do? Let's go to, let's pick a new one. So it's saying that if you had bought some goods on credit, so credit purchases, so you had bought 50,000 pounds worth of goods, and you have paid a total of, I don't know, you've paid 30,000 pounds. That means you still owe 20,000 pounds. So what percentage of what you bought do you still owe? Well, you still owe 20,000 over 50,000, which is 40%. Which seems quite a bit, right? So I guess the argument is, in terms of days, we would multiply this by 365 and get the number of days. And what you arrive at is, you arrive at quite a high number, which is 140. I mean, what we're saying is this is 146 over 365. I mean, that's what this is, right? So we speak of it in terms of how much time in days. So it's taking you 146 days to pay. And it's not so bad. When I say it's not so bad, I mean it's quite bad, because the key point is at least you were getting your money. If I refer to the other your trade receivables, that was receiving money in 36.5 days. So you had money to actually pay off. You just refusing to pay. 146 days is about 4 months, almost 5 months. So of course there are risks, aren't there? There are risks that you would not be able to maintain goodwill with your suppliers. I mean, this was an exaggeration, but anyway, that's the key point. So so yes, those are all the ratios that we can sort of that we need to discuss at this at this level. So please watch these videos, and there are some exercises that we will try in class that you can work through to make sure you're comfortable calculating them, and we will discuss later on what these videos really mean and how we can play with them. Okay, and what these ratios really mean and what we can do with them. Great stuff. See you in the next set of videos on interpreting and playing with these figures. Thank you.